All right, hello everybody, welcome to Verbling. Today we are going to be talking about movies. So if you like movies, then this is definitely the class for you. We're not going to just be talking about them though, we're going to be watching some previews. So we're going to look at the previews of different movies. Some might be a little difficult to understand, and so we're going to go over them and focus on listening comprehension. Right, so we have Mosen again. Mosen, can you hear me okay? Mosen or Edward, can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear either one of you. I can hear some sound coming from someone, but I'm not sure who it is. Can either of you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I'm hearing you.
All right, perfect. So Mosen, were you kicked out of the last class? Did Google Hangouts drop you? Were you kicked out?
Yes, but no, but my connection is low and I can't enter again.
Oh, okay. So the connection is very poor. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Um, let's see. Edward, can you hear me? It doesn't look like it. All right, so today, like I said, we're going to be going over movie previews and improving our listening comprehension. So I've got two movies that we're going to go over, and if we have time, we can go over some different ones as well. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be watching a movie on YouTube, just watching a preview, and then you're going to listen for parts that are difficult to understand, and then we will go through the preview again and try and understand better what the actors are saying. So this will hopefully help when it comes to different accents
Okay.
and things like that. Let's see. We've got a couple different people joining us now. Okay. So I'm going to go through and just make sure everyone can hear okay, and then go from there. So, Andres, can you hear me?
Okay, now can you hear me too?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, let's see who else can hear me okay. We have, all right. We've also got Nathan, can you hear me? Nathan, can you hear me okay? Maybe not. Okay. Laura, can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Perfect. Welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
Edward, you're definitely getting kicked out. Thank you so much, though. So that's unfortunate. All right. So let's see. Felipe, can you hear me? Edward, you need to leave. Okay, let's see. So Felipe, can you hear me okay? Can anyone else hear me or no? Let's see. Mosen or Max. Max, can you hear me?
Do you hear me, Troy?
Oh, Goliath, yes, I can hear you.
God, thanks. Thanks God, we can we say.
Alright.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
Connection is not going.
No, it's really not going well. Okay, so let's see. We've got Felipe. I can hear you now. Yes. Edward, if you're going to post things like that, you gotta leave. Okay. So we've got Nathan. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Perfect. All right. I'm sorry, everyone. It looks like we have a troll named Edward, and he tries to keep getting in class. But let's see. We've got, so we can hear Steven. You can hear me okay? Okay. And Laura, you can still hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Okay. And we've got Goliath. You can still hear me okay? Goliath, I can't hear you now.
No, do you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now, yeah.
I was muting myself, so I wasn't speaking. So just
Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to totally block Edward. He just keeps coming in and posting some not good pictures. So, if anyone... I'm not sure if other people have abilities to block as well. But, okay, so let's get started. My name's Troy, and I've been working at Verbling for 4 months now. I really enjoy it. And, yeah, that's just something about me. Let's have Andras. Can you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm from Hungary, and I learn English in secondary school. So I'm 17 years old. Well,
Okay,
I don't
awesome.
know.
Well, thank you for joining us. Okay, next up we have Felipe. Can you introduce yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Yes?
now.
Okay. I'm from Chile. I'm
Cool.
23 years old.
All right.
And now I'm studying English at university. Translator.
Cool. All right. Nice. Okay. Also, we have Beatty. Body. I can't remember how to pronounce it. Can you tell me one more time? Is it Beatty or Body? I can't hear you, so we'll come back to you though. So Goliath, could you introduce yourself?
one more time.
Yes, sorry.
I'm just kidding. I'm from Algeria.
All right, cool.
Work as a doctor.
Nice. Okay, next up is Laura.
Hello, I'm Laura from Argentina. I live in Buenos Aires and I am studying to be an English teacher.
All right, excellent. Okay, Mosen, can you introduce yourself? Mosen, can you hear me okay? I guess not. Nathan, can you hear hear me?
Yeah,
Can you introduce yourself?
yeah. My name is Nitin. I'm from India, and I recently completed my undergraduation. I'm looking forward to do my masters in USA. That's why,
Excellent.
yeah, that's why I joined. I wanted to practice listening because the interview will be in USA. People are going to do interview. So I want to
Okay.
practice USA people accent. So to familiarize with that accent, I came here.
Cool. All right. Well, excellent choice. Thank you for joining us.
Where are you from?
I'm from California.
Yeah, it will be helpful for me so that I can practice native speaker accent. Thank you. Thank
All
you for
right.
the.
Cool. Thanks again for joining. Okay. And Said, can you hear me? Said, can you hear me? Okay. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Um, okay. And also, Steven, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. Could you introduce yourself?
my name is Steven. I'm from Norway. I study English for 6 months. Um, I study medicine. Nothing now.
All right. Cool. And Nithapat, can you hear me? Nithapat, I can't hear you right now. I'm sorry. Um, okay. So let's you can hear me. That's good. Try and fix any microphone problems that you guys might be having. If I can't hear you, that's a bummer. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna watch movie previews. Um, let's see, Laurent, you joined us. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Hello.
perfect. Hello,
How
welcome.
are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Um, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're going to open up the YouTube app, and we're going to watch a movie preview. And so we're going to watch it, and I want you, the first time that we watch it, to just write down anything that's difficult to understand. So write down the time that it's difficult to understand. Okay? So if they're talking and you don't understand around at like 1 minute and 15 seconds, just write that down so then we can go over that again. Okay? So this first movie is called Sixth Sense. Has anyone heard of this movie before?
Yes, it's Stephen King novel.
Oh, I didn't know it was a Stephen King novel.
It was, yes.
I didn't know. That's really cool. Okay. So yeah, we're going to watch this movie. Just watch the preview and make sure that you can understand what's going on here. Okay. Are there any questions? If there's no questions, then let's go.
Share the screen so that we can see the movie.
Um, I can't share the screen right now. If you go to the YouTube app on the left-hand side of the screen, then you should be able to see it. If you can't see, if the app for whatever reason is not working, then go ahead and open this link up. Okay? Yeah. So Laura and I just posted it. Be sure to mute yourself though if you are watching the movie on YouTube. That way we don't hear it. Okay? All right. So let's keep going.
Another accident there. Yeah. Someone got hurt. You did? A lady. She broke her neck. Oh my God, you can see it? Yes.
Okay. Was everyone able to view that okay? Was everyone able to see that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's see. What were some difficult parts of the preview?
48 seconds.
I'm sorry, could you say that one more time?
48 seconds.
Okay. 48 seconds?
They
Okay.
said something very fast. Couldn't.
Okay. So we can go over 48 seconds. Who else? What other parts were difficult for other students? There was nothing? All right. Everybody's English is great.
Not really.
No? Okay. So, Laurent, what was difficult for you?
From the beginning to the end, approximately. Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But I know the movie, so it's easier to understand. But yeah, I understand the meaning, but that's all.
Okay, so let's just watch a minute from 36 seconds to a minute 36 to see if there was anything particular that was difficult to understand. Okay. All right.
Instead of Tyler, a scene will be okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nathan. What? I couldn't hear you.
Instead of a movie trailer, a scene from the movie will be okay, so that we can understand more clearly.
You just want to focus on one scene, or I'm not sure what you mean.
I mean, what I'm saying is, in trailer we can't understand more things now, and we can't understand full story. If it is a scene, we can understand everything, right?
Oh yeah. That's true. That's a very good point. I just feel that the trailers are usually good just to get the general sense of the movie, and that's what I also want to, after watching this, not to spoil the movie, but just to discuss what's going on and our comprehension of what it's about. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and watch again from 36 seconds to a minute 36 seconds and see how we can comprehend this part, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so
There's something. Sorry. There's
yeah, go
something
ahead.
that just Swede said to the boy in the 48 seconds.
Okay, 48 seconds.
Yes, we just cut the.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna listen to it again. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you ever talk to your mom about how things are? Is what he says.
That was fast.
Yeah. No, but very good question. Okay, so this is a difficult movie to understand because the boy is whispering a lot, and Bruce Willis, he kind of has a raspy voice, maybe not as bad as Batman or Christian Bale, but it's not very clear sometimes. So yes. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, me.
Okay, go ahead.
From 50, so this, to 55.
Okay, yeah, let's watch this part again, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so she doesn't look at me like everybody else, and I don't want her to know. I don't want her to. So he's starting to get really nervous in this part, and so that's why he's starting to, say things quicker, right?
Could you repeat, please?
Okay, so once, Andres, go ahead. What are you saying?
Could you repeat, please? So,
Repeat what they just said from 50 to 55 seconds.
yeah, when he is like this, and
Okay.
he say something, I don't hear.
Okay, here I'll play it one more time for you. Okay, can you hear when I play it? Can you see it on the YouTube app? Okay, let's play it again.
I don't know what.
I don't want her to know.
Ah, okay.
So.
His mother. Talking about his mother.
Yes, he's talking about his mother. So, excellent job. So let's see, we've got Ursula, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, yes, Ursula.
Sorry about that.
Hi.
Ursula. Okay. So right now we're going over different movie previews and going over listening comprehension. So some of the movies that I picked are a little difficult to understand, but it's that way on purpose. That way we can try to use our critical thinking to see what they're saying. So that's what we're focusing on right now.
Yes.
Okay, so are there any other questions then about The Sixth Sense?
Just to, I was mistaken about the author of this movie. It wasn't Stephen King.
Okay. Oh no, it's fine.
Night Shyamalan, the one who did.
Shyamalan.
I never succeed to pronounce his name. He did The Village. He's the one who wrote this. Sorry for a mistake.
Yes, this was one of his first big hits. This is a huge success in the box office. So.
But I confess I don't like the other movies.
Okay, yeah.
Not famous like this one. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I would agree. I think this is his best movie for sure. Norbert asks, what is the manner of this movie? This movie, I would say, is a thriller. I would say it's very suspenseful. I would not say that it's a horror movie or a scary movie. Certain parts are scary, but in general, I would say you're just very excited. You don't know what's going on. So, all right. So, let's see. Without spoiling the movie, has anyone seen this movie?
Yes, me.
Yes,
Okay.
I saw this film.
Okay. So what do you guys think about this then? Don't ruin it so other people can watch it, but what were your thoughts about the movie?
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
When I saw this movie, I was following it normally to find out what's gonna happen. But at the end, I was really surprised and I screamed. I was watching it with my friend. In the end, I will not say why. I don't want to spoil it. I was surprised because of something happened at the end. You see what I'm referring to?
Yes.
About Bruce Willis.
Yes. Excellent. So very, yeah. I think what you said. Yes, I totally agree. I was not at all expecting certain things.
He did discover something about himself.
Yeah.
I think it's about predicting the future.
Oh, about predicting the future.
No, not at
all.
I think there's definitely foreshadowing for the future. I think certain people or certain dead people that the boy sees, it reflects on their past, and so it can project to the future. Yeah, a little, but I would say I don't think that's the main point of the movie.
Okay.
But good. That's a good guess. I mean, that's a good. I can see why you would think that.
I haven't seen anything about the future.
Well, of how, for instance, when the people die, right? So after they're dead, they still want to do certain things, right?
Yes, but nothing related to the future. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
They just want to help.
Ursula, what do you think about this movie? Without ruining the ending, without telling us the ending, what were your thoughts?
I think that it was a very nice story. Although I don't believe on that sixth sense, that I don't believe that it exists something, there exists something like that, but the story was very moving.
Yes, definitely. That's a good description of it. Excellent.
Can we say that it's very touchy or touching?
It's a very touching movie. Yes, you can say that.
Touching,
Yeah.
What touching means?
Touching, as in it touches you like emotionally.
Okay.
So you are emotionally affected by the movie. All right. So let's go to the next movie that I've picked. This is an older movie, but I really like it. It's called Remember the Titans. So I'm going to post that right now. Okay, so if there's no other questions about Sixth Sense, then we're just going to keep going with Remember the Titans. Okay, so this movie is about, I'll give you a little historical background. It's about American football, and it takes place, Warda, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
There's just a lot of talking in the background where you are. So I'm just going to mute you while we watch the movie, okay?
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so the background for this movie is that it takes place in the 1960s in the U.S., in the southern part of the U.S. Now, what was going on at this time was there was racial segregation. So if you were African American, you had to go and use the different bathroom, or you had to use a different drinking fountain, things like that. Kind of like in South Africa, how they had apartheid. So this was a real sensitive social issue, obviously. There was a lot of emotions involved. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Goliath.
Is it a true story?
It's based on a true story, so not everything was 100% accurate, but it was based on it. So yeah. All right. Enrique, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you, Troy.
All right, perfect. I wasn't sure. Sorry, you joined the class and I didn't welcome you. So welcome to class.
Thank you, Troy.
Okay. So let's go ahead and watch this now. And remember to write down any confusing parts, because this is actually it's a little difficult because people in the South have thick accents, and so this movie, it's a good one to watch. I really like it, but it's got a lot of accents, so you might find it difficult to understand. So please write down certain parts that are difficult for you, okay? All right, and also welcome, Nadia. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're going to start the movie now. All right.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Adnan, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, now.
Okay. Sorry, we're watching a movie preview right now on YouTube.
Okay.
So if you would want to mute yourself, and so then we can all hear the preview.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay, so that was Remember the Titans. Here is the link. Sorry, there's the link that we're talking about. So there are probably some difficult parts of that, I imagine. What does everyone think? What parts were a little difficult that we should probably watch again?
Well, I have one.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So at 30, there is a short sentences.
At 30?
30, yes.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, let's back up a little before that. Okay, so this first part, we have the first scene where Denzel Washington he's giving someone a hard time, right? So let's watch this. Well, let's watch the scene after that, though. It's confusing. Okay, so he's talking to him. His name is Coach Boone. So he says, Coach Boone, the school board decided to put you on my staff. I did not hire you. So just right at the very beginning of the movie, you can tell between the two coaches, one who is Caucasian and one who is African American, they do not get along.
Okay.
So, and you wanted at 27 seconds, you said?
No, after 30.
Oh, after 30. Okay. All right, we'll keep watching it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So then he replies, I didn't want to be assigned to your staff, so I guess we're both in a situation we don't want to be in. Does that?
Well, it's
do you want to watch?
Complicated.
Yeah, no, that is complicated. Okay, so let's just go back up just a little, okay?
Yeah.
I guess we're both in a situation we don't want to be in. Is what he said.
I understand. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, let's keep going. Let's fast forward to a minute. Nadia wrote a minute for her is the minute mark to minute 22. We can go through that part right now. So, I'm going to start it again, okay? Okay, so he says, tell me something about your roommate. Does everyone know what a roommate is?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
So, what did he do just then? He just embarrassed his roommate, right?
Yeah. It was about his underclothes.
Yes. He talked about his underwear.
Underwear.
Uh-huh. And did you catch what type of underwear he is wearing?
Oh, I didn't hear this.
Okay, we'll that's a funny part. We'll go back to that a little, okay? Right about there. So he says, I'm rooming with Blue. That's his nickname. I'm rooming with Blue, sir. He wears certain type of underwear. Could anyone hear it?
No, I didn't got what is it? Second type of language?
Okay, so yes, he says bikini style. But there's a certain type of bikini style that he's wearing that's very funny. So let's listen to that one more time. Could everyone hear what did he say?
Okay.
No, I didn't hear. I can't hear.
Okay, Laurent, go ahead.
No, I don't know. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, I understood Laura, but it's Laurent.
Yeah.
He spoke about bikini. Bikini. So he said that his roommate is wearing bikini style underwear.
It's a leopard print. Does everyone know what a leopard is?
Yeah, I do.
No.
So if something is leopard print, it looks. Well, I'll just post this. 1 second. So, this. All right. Yes, it's like the skin of an animal. So, if you can imagine, if his underwear was to have that type of print to it.
Okay.
So if it's a bikini leopard style, it's a little embarrassing, right, for a grown man to be wearing.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yes.
For footballer.
Yes. So that is what Blue. That is what the big African American was wearing. And so, let's see. Let's continue. We'll go with just a little longer to see. This part is a little.
Excuse me, I can't understand what's happening. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Adnan, can you see the YouTube video?
I see. You're talking about the link you sent again. Google.
I'll send it again. So go to that link.
Okay.
Okay, so he says, I want you to spend time every day with someone different, right? Let's rewind that a little. Okay. So I'm going to pay attention to what the coach instructs them to do, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so he says he wants you to turn. He wants you, someone that is not woman but roommate, is what he says. And then he says, so you can see that Blue is not having fun when he has to listen to that country music, right? And so he says, does the term, I'll write this down. So he says, does the term cruel and unusual punishment mean anything to you? So does everyone know what cruel is?
Yeah.
So it's not nice. It's very, very mean. Or unusual is very, very strange. So this I did not expect anyone to understand. This is a reference to the U.S. Constitution. So what he's saying here is in the Constitution there are amendments, there are laws that cannot be taken out. They're forever going to be in there. And one of those is cruel and unusual punishment are not okay. So you shouldn't, well, this gets into history, but the U.S. is not supposed to use torture or not supposed to be very, very hard on anyone, on prisoners or anything like that. So
and for him, to hear country music is a sort of torture.
Exactly. So exactly, that's perfect. So what Blue is saying is with him having to listen to this, he's like, you're breaking the law. This is a cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
So that's what he's saying with this.
Are you talking about the particular law in the movie, or are you talking about some laws? I mean,
oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about actual laws in the United States. They say, yeah, they say no cruel or unusual punishment. So that is a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm in habit of interrupting. I'm very sorry.
No, you're fine.
I mean, if that's a law in every country, what's a new thing? I mean, that's a law. You cannot be hard on anyone. It's applied in every country. So, I mean, what I couldn't understand of being the cruel and unusual punishment. What does it mean?
So it means back when the U.S. Constitution, when the United States, when they broke apart from England, right? So they made laws, and this was back in 1776. This was a long time ago, 1780s. They determined, they said, no other country at that time had laws like this, and so what they wanted to do was create new laws that did not allow, that prohibited the government from doing any torture or anything like that. And so that's why nowadays, yes, most governments, most countries have constitutions that say you cannot be tortured if you're a prisoner.
You cannot be tortured if you're a prisoner. I mean, yeah.
So,
I mean, I mean, there's many countries prisoners can be tortured. I mean, the police torture them to find out the proofs and find out the.
Yes. Yeah. So that, unfortunately, that does happen. You're right. And it gets into a political mess. But the whole point of what the African American was saying, was that you're torturing me right now. Like, this is awful. This is horrible. So it's really not that bad, but Blue thought it was. So, yes. All right. So are there any other questions though about this movie? Should we go over a different part, or no? Should we
Excuse
move
me?
on? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, excuse me. I just want to ask you. You just said hire you, and I don't exactly what does this mean? Hire you.
Oh, good question. To hire someone means to employ them. So if Warda, if I hire you, that means you can work at my company now, or you can work with me. I will pay you.
Oh, thank you. Please, can you just spell it? Can you just spell it for me?
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
To hire.
I wanna ask if there's I heard the word get me higher, and the spelling is H-I-H-E-R. What does it mean? Get me higher.
H-I-H-G. H-I. That
like
hire.
Yeah. Get me higher.
So to hire, to make someone hire is, well, there's multiple things. So when someone smokes marijuana or some type of drug, they get high. So there's two meanings. You could say higher as in like they are higher than me, right? They are above me. Or, and that's the usual term. But if someone wants to make you high or something like that, then it means they want to smoke.
Yeah, that means they were saying they'll get me more addicted, addiction, or use. Yeah, this kind of thing.
So very, very good question, good comment. All right. Okay, so is there any other questions though about maybe not just this movie or any of the things that we watched, but any English questions in general we can go over, because we don't have enough time to watch another preview and discuss it. So.
Okay, I have another question.
Yes.
How can it say that I know my bad and good? Is it okay? I mean, if I wanna say someone that do your reasons, I know myself. Like I know my good and bad. I just wanna show is it the good sentence? Like I know my profit and loss. Are you understanding what I mean to say? I just want to know the appropriate sentence.
Yeah, could you write it? So I'm sorry, Adnan. There's some static when you talk. So
okay.
If you could write it, that would be great.
To try, can I ask you a suggestion, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Actually, I want to familiarize with US people accents, so just I want to listen more. So, could you please suggest me some videos or movies?
Yeah, I could suggest some. I'll write some down. What type of movies do you like, though?
Not specifically, but anyone. Just within few days, I have an interview. So the interviewer will be US people, so I want to get familiarized with the US people accent. So could you please help me for that?
Okay. Let's see. That's a good question. Do you know where they will be from?
I'm from India.
Oh yeah, I know you are. But do you know? So in the U.S. where you are going to do interviews?
No, interviewer is a US embassy people.
Oh, it's at the U.S. Embassy. Oh, okay. What movies would I watch then? I don't even know. I would some classic movies, I guess. All three of those movies have Harrison Ford, and those are Forrest Gump, excellent movie as well. So yeah, those are good movies to watch. Adnan, yeah, I see what you wrote. Adnan, so you say how to say what is good and bad for me?
Yeah, I just want to, if someone say don't do this thing, and in reply I will say I know my good and bad. I just want to make sure, is this a good thing?
I wouldn't understand what you mean if you were to say that to me. So if I said something to you and then you replied, I know what's good and bad for me?
Yeah, suppose you suggest me, you advise me something.
Oh, okay.
I will say, you don't need to tell me, I know my good and bad, or I know what is good and bad for me. In this situation, what to say? I don't know the appropriate sentence.
That's a good question. I wouldn't say that. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a colloquial way of saying it, of a phrase that we say instead. You could just say something like, I know what. Oh, I know what's good for me. That's what you could say. Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
I know what good's for me, and they know about bad. What to say about? I just want to say I know what's good for me and what is going to bad for me.
Yeah, so I would say, well, if you just say that by itself, so if someone's trying to tell you something, and if you just look at them and say, I know what's good for me, if you say it with a...
It's not about particular thing that you are, suppose you are telling me this is a good book, read it and I will... It's not like that. It's like a situation, you are advising me about something, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You are advising me, lecture me, and in reply I'll say, you don't need to bother about me, I know my good and bad, or I know what's good for me.
Yeah. I would just say, you don't need to lecture me, I know what's good for me. You can just say, you don't even have to say the bad part, because you automatically know what's bad if you know what's good, right? So in colloquial English, like if you were to say that, so for instance, Adnan, if you were to say to me, what you need to do, you need to invest in this company, I would say, whoa, thank you, but I know it's good for me.
But it's
like
it's about company, but you are advising me about something. It's about company. I know I can say, yeah, company is good for me. I'm not talking about company. You are advising me, and I'm replying angrily. I'm saying you don't like mind your own business. I know what's good for me and what's bad for me.
Yeah, you could say that. That's totally fine to say it that way. But even if you're very mad, if you were yelling back at the person, you can just say, I know what's good for me. And that tells them, like, whoa, okay, I need to back off. Like, you don't need to add the bad part. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can just say it like that. Like, that works. You can also add, I know what's good for me, I know what's bad for me, okay? So back off. You could say that. You know, that works too. Back off, yeah. Excellent question. All right. Well, I'm sorry, we're out of time.
Excuse me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me, I have just one question. I just want to know, how can you say touching movie, but in another word, you know?
Watch a movie or watch a film, watch a flick. You could say that. I'll write them. Yeah, so all those are good ways to say it. Go to the movies. You could say that too. All right. Does that answer your question, Warda? Sorry, Adnan. I'm going to mute you. There's a lot of feedback. Warda, does that answer your question? I'm not sure if you can hear me anymore. All right. Well, I've got to go, but thank you, everyone. I enjoyed the class. I hope you did too. Those are some good movies that if you haven't watched them, you should watch. So I will talk to you later, and take care, everyone.
Bye.
Thank